shady cypress trees.
I'm Richard Belzer, and I'm busy. I gotta go, because Hot Properties is next on Lifetime, so tune in, and I'll tune you in. Call me on the show, and we'll talk.
This show is brought to you in part by world-proven Panadol, as strong a pain reliever as you can buy, and it won't upset your stomach.
Hot Properties.
Live from New York, it's Hot Properties with Richard Belzer. Joining Richard tonight are John Karlen, star of TV's Cagney and Lacey, and Colleen Camp, who's starring in the hit film Police Academy 2. Plus, music videos from Chris Isaak and Billy Ocean. And now, our host, Richard Belzer.
I think this is my favorite thing in life. Just this. Doing this is my favorite thing. I'm easy to please. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my favorite thing in life. Good. Okay, some people like sex. I like this. Okay? Okay. Thank you. I had a little bit too much chili today, but you know, I'm hot, and Lifetime's very own Dr. Ruth Westheimer is even hotter, I think. I should have a picture of People magazine, no? She's on, have you seen Dr. Ruth on the cover of People magazine? Yeah. Okay, these are rhetorical questions. You don't have to answer me. Anyway, she's making a movie. She got her own show, and I hear she's got a bathing suit poster coming out. A line of talking Dr. Ruth dolls. She's opening a chain of health clubs, and she'll be driving people home from the show tonight, so don't, you know, run out and get a cab. She'll be driving people home from the show tonight. She's doing a lot of things, and I thought that might be funny. Okay, now. So put the kids to bed and call my agent for a good deal. So put the kids to bed and call my agent for a good deal. So put the kids... Okay, what else is hot? Certainly my writers are hot tonight, and I didn't mean that. My writers are great. I love my writers. I don't have... Sonny is here. Sonny, come out here, Sonny. Come out here. Where's Leonard? Where's Rod? Let's do the... Come out here. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Okay. Okay. These are the people that... Let's read that joke again. No, I'm just kidding. This is my brother, Leonard Belzer.
Wait a minute, Leonard. Read it for him right.
Okay. Where we read this from? Okay. This is the only time we read on the show, so let's do it right. Go ahead.
So put the kids to bed and call my agent for a good deal.
Yeah, good. Okay, we'll see you guys later. That's Sonny and Len. Ladies and gentlemen, Sonny and Len. Sonny and Len. Ladies and gentlemen, Sonny and Len. Okay, I love spontaneity. That's how I was born. And now... Okay, what else is hot? The fight against drugs is hot. And it's chic. And so, of course, Nancy Reagan is involved. She and first ladies from all over the world will get together on drugs. It's the way the language is written, ladies and gentlemen. I just, you know. Anyway, imagine all those first ladies. Mrs. Gorbachev, or Mrs. Gorby, as they'll probably call her, with Deng Xiaoping's better half, Mrs. Pong, and Margaret Thatcher's first lady, Dennis Thatcher, and Nancy Reagan, all of them on drugs at the White House. They better have a lot of snacks on hand, ladies and gentlemen. They better have a lot of snacks on hand. Okay, now, thank you for that courtesy smattering of applause. And now, ladies and gentlemen, of course, tonight's show is hot because the man who plays House with Lacey on the hit series Cagney and Lacey is here, actor John Karlen, ladies and gentlemen. My next guest is the man who brings Harvey Lacey to life every week on the hit show Cagney and Lacey. Please welcome John Karlen, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. John Karlen, ladies and gentlemen. John Karlen. No, no, no. Please. So, most women wish they had you for a husband. That's
Yes, yes, that's what I hear, and I said in an article once that I would like to come home to Harvey Lacey myself, you know, which wouldn't be a bad idea. And
do you think he's the perfect husband?
I never met anybody quite as good of a man as he is on television. I don't know. He seemed. You know, I think the thing that makes the relationship, though, is Tyne Daly and me as actor and actress more than the two characters on the show. The feeling that we got going between us just goes right onto the screen pretty much, and that
that's
does
a good point.
You know.
So it's the chemistry between the two of you that helps your character.
A lot, yeah.
Do you think that husbands should model themselves after your character?
No.
No.
No, not really, no.
Why not?
Well, because, first of all, he's got a wife that's a police lady that goes out with a gun and shoots people, and people shoot at her. Now, that's pretty tough for, you know, a guy to register in his head. And, in fact, Harvey Lacey hasn't really come to terms with that yet about it, that he's going, you know, every night that his lady goes out there, she has a chance to be killed. And I think that's one of the things in the character that keeps me, you know, alive, in the sense that there's always something back there that says, hey, geez, what am I doing? Why am I letting my lady go out there every night with a chance to be, you know?
So in reality, you would not let your wife...
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. That's a tough job. That's really a tough job for a lady. But
yeah, for anybody.
For anybody.
Regardless of gender.
No, for a lady, extra tough, I think. I don't know. It just seems that way.
Yeah, probably right. I'm just trying to be so... I'm trying to be so nice to women. You know, each week they have a new thing, and you don't want to offend these chicks.
Yes.
So, I'm just kidding. I don't mean that derisively. I don't mean to hurt your broad's feelings or anything like that, right? Hey, I like women, you know what I mean? I'm married one, isn't I? So anyway, excuse me, Harp, but so are you like this guy in any way? Why were you cast in this role, I guess?
I was cast in this role. I read for the network like 4 times, and it was the chemistry that kept coming back and forth between Tyne and myself that made it go, because the situations weren't really built yet, and they didn't know where they were taking these characters all the way or where they were going, but they kept this thing that we had going seemed to work all the time. And I think we led them into what the characters are a great deal right now. Yeah. So
why did they bring back the show after it was canceled?
A lot of fan mail.
Really?
Finishing #1, #2 in reruns, which was and a strong producer that kept hammering at CBS and said, hey, we got something here. They gave us 6 or 7 more to do. We became, you know, good in the numbers.
Right.
Then we got 22, and 22 on top of that.
Oh, great. So you're picked up again for 22
We're picked up again. And my Tyne Daly is, you know, pregnant now in real life. That's why we're going back early, and we're going to incorporate the baby right into the show. So we're going to have our 3rd child on the show.
Her 3rd child?
Our 3rd child on the show. Her 3rd child in life also.
So that's 6 children.
3 for each.
So what is it going to be?
I don't know. I don't know yet. I mean, whatever it is, I mean, what we're going to have is a lady that's pregnant on the show, and the writers will decide whether it's a boy or a girl or twins or whatever. And I would prefer nice 2 little twins or something. You know,
oh, write it in. You know, you don't have to feed them in reality. So, do you do other projects while you're doing Cagney and Lacey?
I just came from Chicago. I did a movie of the week. Just finished it last week.
We have some people from Chicago in the audience, don't we? Over there.
Yeah, they're shooting like 4 or 5 movies of the week in Chicago right now, and they're making it very pleasant for everybody there, so they're going there.
The Windy City.
The Windy
Well, thank you for being so gracious. It is the Windy City. Well, blow it to New York anytime you like. We're always here waiting for you. We're going to break away, and we're going to come back and talk more with this lovely guest, Mr. Karlen. So stay tuned. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're back with John Karlen. And John, you're originally from Brooklyn, right?
Originally from Brooklyn.
And you live in Hollywood now?
I live in Glendale, California.
The Valley.
Yes, I got 6 raccoons in my attic, 2 possums, and a...
Do they pay rent?
No rent, and a few coyotes that come and eat the garbage every once in a while. So everybody thinks it's like this, you know, I'm living in the city because, you know, Glendale, but it's not. For me, it's like I'm in the wild. Yeah, I do.
Would you ever move back to New York?
Yes, I would. I got here Sunday night, and I've been walking ever since. I just walk continuously in the city.
Well, we have cabs here now.
Yes, you do. I love it, and and the walking is beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great city to walk around in. So you don't feel, you know, a lot of people feel afraid to walk around New York, but obviously you can walk in the city without getting...
You know, I was born in a real tough section of Brooklyn, and you just learned to walk on the outside of the street, to look as bad as you could, as bad as anybody else looked, and there was always a feeling that an instinctive New Yorker had that he could get away with walking anywhere in the city, and it works. You know,
for most people.
For most Yorkers.
For most people. So you were born in Brooklyn, you lived in Brooklyn, then you got into theater at what age?
Yeah, well, I was in the Air Force, and I quit school on my 16th birthday.
Lackland Air Force Base in Texas?
No, Sampson Air Force Base in New York. I went to Korea, and then Vicky, my sister, she wrote me a letter while I was in Korea. She says, why don't you become an actor when you get out of the service? I did. And I went to the American Academy under the GI Bill, did 8 Broadway plays.
Really?
30 off-Broadway plays. And,
so you're on a military mission, technically, by being an actor.
Pretty much.
What was the most challenging role you had on stage?
Prometheus, a Greek tragedy. I did that out in Stanford University. It was literally a one-man show. You had 16 people come out of the ocean, and I was on this 32-foot rock, and it was a band underneath the stage. It was an incredible feat. It was the first production. I played Prometheus.
I know who played the fire, I was going to ask.
The fire was actually Zeus up there.
He got mad because you took the fire. Let's take some calls and see if Zeus is on the phone. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, my name is Norm from Michigan.
How are you today?
Real good.
What's on your mind?
I was wondering, I used to watch John on Dark Shadows, and I was wondering if you had any knowledge whether they were going to release any of the Dark Shadows movies on video cassette.
I don't know, but I would think that they probably would. The first Dark Shadows movie was a big hit. I don't think they would release the second one, but it would seem that the first one would be released.
Dark Shadows is...
it was a soap opera.
Yeah, with a vampire.
With a vampire, and
Who did you play?
I played 8 or 9 different roles. I kept coming back as different characters for years on the show, but the character they know me best for was Willie Loomis, I think, which was the guy that opened the coffin and released Barnabas. In those days, they didn't bite you on the neck on television. If you were a man, they bit you on the wrist.
Ouch.
So that was, you know.
Wrist vampires. That's a new one. I never heard of that before. Well, I hope that answers your question because I'm going to the next call now. Hello, you're on the air.
This is Billy Bob from Wyoming.
Billy Bob from Wyoming? Yeah. How you doing, Billy Bob?
I'm fine. How are you, Richard?
Pretty good. How's your pickup?
It's running.
What?
It's running.
It's running. Do you have a gun rack in there, babe? Or?
I've got 2 gun racks.
Ouch. And may I ask why you would have gun racks in your pickup?
To hold guns, Richard.
Okay. I have to be educated. I'm sorry. I don't know all these things. What's on your mind today?
I wanted to know if John ever did any professional wrestling. I saw a match once in Salt Lake City, and I thought I saw a guy who looked just like
I'm sorry. You want to know if he did any professional wrestling? Why?
Because I saw a match once, and a guy was wrestling that looked just like him.
Oh, that's interesting.
How big do I look? I mean, gee whiz, No, I never did. No professional wrestling at all. No.
Okay, thanks for calling. Keep those guns unloaded, babe. Hello, you're on the air.
Yes. This is Ron from Kentucky.
Hi, Ron.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you today?
Fair to middling.
Fair to middling.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to ask John, has he done any movies?
Yes.
Next call. No.
Pennies from Heaven, 2 Dark Shadow movies, Small Town in Texas. Got a movie out now, Racing with the Moon. I played Sean Penn's father in it. Got another movie coming out, Give Me an F.
Watch your mouth.
Yes.
Give me an F?
Yes, it's Bucky Berkshire plays leader of owns 200 cheerleading camps throughout the country. So, you know,
okay.
I'll be coming up.
That sounds like a good movie. Okay, well, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
People in the 40s.
We're just talking about Dark Shadows, which was on, it went off the year 1970. They still have a fan club.
Oh, all over. All over they have these people that create these things in different cities, and they offer you plane reservations, hotel reservations, just to come and be there as one of the old characters.
And just bear those risks. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, Richard. This is Rick from San Diego.
Hi, Rick. How are you?
Pretty good today. I'd like to ask John if he has well, in fact, everyone in the cast, how much, if any, flexibility they have with the script, because the show's so good.
You know, as the show goes on, we have a bit more flexibility, but it's the kind of flexibility where you really don't change the intent of the scene. There's a little line here. Usually there's always a tag at the end of the scene that's needed, and you find that out in the playing. When you're doing the playing of the scene, there seems to be a line that's added an awful lot, and the writers usually go right along with us. It's a pretty good working relationship we have with them. Pretty good.
That's good. Thanks for calling, Rick. Bye. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, I'm Patty from Chicago, and I wanted to know about John, if they're going to center around him in any of the upcoming episodes of Cagney and Lacey.
I don't know, darling. I just know that with the baby coming on the show now, there's going to be a lot more home time, and so Harvey's going to be in a few more scenes, I think, than he has been. And
get to see you handle a baby.
Get to handle the baby, learn a few more lines. It'll be fine. You know.
Okay. We're looking forward to that. Hello, you're on the air. Hello, you're on the proverbial airman. You're not on the air. You're a breather, eh? Hello, you're on the air.
Well, this is Ronnie. I'm from Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Hi, Ronnie.
And I'd like to tell you how much I really enjoy your show.
Thank you very much.
And I'm another Dark Shadows fan, and I have two questions for John.
Okay.
First of all, I'd like to know if Willie was his favorite character that he played while he was on there. And also, I'd like to know if he has any contact with any of the other cast members since the show's been off the air.
Yes, Willie was my favorite character. He was human and...
Literally, he wasn't a vampire. Right. Yeah.
And yes, I do have some contact with Jonathan Frid, who was the vampire, and he's still a close friend of mine. I don't see him too much, but he's there. And, well, you know, Kate Jackson has done quite well, and David Selby has done quite well, and I'm still in contact with both of them, and yeah, I do.
Thanks for your call. Okay, you're a terrific guest. For a human, not a vampire. Come back anytime. Thank you. Okay, John Karlen.